Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. How's it going? I got all these crypto alerts that won't dismiss. Imagine that, right? Imagine that. Anyway, there we go. Got him. Think I got caught up. Well, the dip kept dipping. I was warning that we might see that. Hey, Captain J, first time in the room. Welcome to the show. Da, 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 da. And if you want to be on the chat on the stream like Captain Joe, click the button right over here. Be a subscriber on the channel. And a few seconds later, you can chat, and we will have a good time. I mean, check this out right here. Look, I drew a bubble. Look where we're trading pre-market right here, right down here. Just crazy. Right there, pre-market went a little further, like whoop. Watch the dip. Anyway, I was kind of warning that yesterday. Right there, pre-market. You can see the price. Now this may be an opportunity. I don't know. We'll talk about it here in a minute. And yesterday I did a special on crypto. Kind of went through all this, and it's the most volatile, dangerous thing in the market. Please be careful. Please be careful. But anyway. Hey, James. Good to see you. Don't believe I've seen you on the stream, but welcome to the show. And who wants to see some festivities from yesterday? Some of the festivities. Let's see. Put these in the right order. So I was talking about my brisket. My brother actually brought it over as like a 17-pounder. And let's just bring that baby over here. Look at this. It was good stuff. Really good stuff. We put that on what's today? Friday? It's Friday, yeah. So he brought that over Wednesday. We put it on the grill about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. I don't know. We cooked it till like 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Kimberly wrapped it in a Wall Street Journal while I was here hanging out with you all yesterday morning. And I wrapped it in foil in a Wall Street Journal, because why buy butcher paper when you got like 900 Wall Street Journals laying around, right? So I just thought that was a little funny. Wall Street Journal right there. And there you go. There's the slices. Fall apart. Delicious. Made some brats. Had German style and American style, I guess. Some hamburgers. And a good time. Good time for all. Fireworks. Had some friends bringing fireworks. These young men got a job at the fireworks store that I've known practically their whole life. And they were so proud to bring that stuff. And we shot some little stuff, and then we shot some big stuff later, but I don't have pictures of the big stuff because I was the one lighting all the fuses and running away. There you go. It was a good time. Good time, Val. Hopefully you two had a good time yesterday. And hopefully everybody's safe. Everybody got all their fingers. I got them all. And we're going to get back to it, Happy birthday, America, and then right back to it, right? So, jobs report out this morning. Dun, 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 dun. But first, before we go through it, and all trading involves a substantial risk of loss. Past performance not necessarily indicative of future results. This presentation intended to be informational, educational, fun, entertaining, not a recommendation to be buying or selling anything. Not just financial instruments, but anything. Don't buy stuff from gurus. Don't buy stuff. Don't buy stocks. Don't buy options. Don't buy Forex. Don't buy futures. Don't buy cryptos. Don't buy bonds. Don't buy treasuries. Don't long them. Don't short them. Don't trade them. I mean, think about it. Every trade. Buyer, seller, winner, loser, winner, loser. There's a winner and a loser every trade. So unless you have an edge, I offer several ways to have an edge. Don't trade. All right. If you don't know what you're doing, don't just, I heard Nvidia is going up on the news, so I'm going to buy it. That's a horrible idea. Horrible idea. And if you desire personal financial advice, you need to hire and consult a financial advisor, but make sure you trust them. Let's face it, most people out there, including these guys right here, these financial advisor guys, most people out there, or girls, are just trying to make some of your money into some of their money, and nobody's going to watch out for your money like you do, even if you have a financial advisor. But I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm just stating a fact. Nobody cares about your money more than you do. And if you think somebody else does, and you're like, just trust it to a financial advisor, that means you don't actually care about your money as much as you should. I mean, let's face it. unless you're taking a vested interest in your own financial well-being, you're up for lackluster performance. I hate to break it to you. Hate to break it to you. And looking down here, we finally made it to the end of the week. We had the jobs come out. Is it strong? I think it's kind of in line. I mean, they were forecasting a 191, and they make a 206. That's, historically, that's in line. Historically, that is in line. That's in my books, especially when we zoom up and look. I mean, it's just kind of hanging. Usually, we churn about a 250,000 jobs a month. Just think about it. Think about how many people have jobs. All right, we have like 340 million people in the United States. Like 70% of those work, or 60%. I don't know. It keeps dwindling. Anyway, so 150, 200 million people. I'll just throw it out there, right? How many people out of that amount do you think are idiots and going to get fired or quit any given week, month, all that stuff? I mean, unemployment rate. I mean, this is, I don't know. Then, we have the non-farm employment change, and, is it actually growing? Is it natural born citizens? Is it just all those millions of people coming across the border every month? I don't know. The statistics say that in the last 3 years, we have not added a single job for U.S. born citizens. It's all been going to the people coming across the border. All of it. Fascinating statistic to me. And you don't just have to take my word for it. You can go look. I mean, like they put it out in the report. So unemployment rate ticking up. This is, that's weird. Wonder why my phone's not muted. And hold on a second. Okay. Yeah, my headphones are on. All right. So unemployment rate ticking up just a little bit. That does not jive with the Fed's mandate for full employment. I don't know. The cracks are showing. And we're growing. Did we turn the bottom right back here? Probably. I think we're about to go through another increase. I mean, let's zoom out and look at it. I don't know why that rolled. The unemployment rate kind of at a resting rate hangs around 6%. We've been under that quite a bit. We were under it before COVID, and now we're under it here. And I think they baked the numbers, but we hang out right around 6%. So, economic-wise, if you got any questions, let me know in the chat. Otherwise, pitter-patter, let's get at her. Let's talk about what's moving, what's shaking, what's happening, what's cracking, what's crack-a-lacking today, shall we? We've got about 5 minutes till the market opens, roughly. And look at that close on Wednesday. That was beautiful, right? Beautiful, but absolutely dangerous. Absolutely dangerous. Look at this. Run the fib. Hello. Oh, you can almost run it off the other candle too. Look at that. Right to the 1618. That's scary. We're probably going to pull back. Now, could we run it on higher? Sure. 55, 59, 56. I've said, for those of you that were with me when we broke out way back here, when we did this back here, what was the number I said? 6,000? This could lead us to 6,000 when we did this. I was thinking 55 was an optimistic target. 6,000 was like a crazy target. We might do the crazy target. It's entirely possible. We're hanging right there at the 55. Sometimes I get lucky, and now when you're at the top, though, you got to be prepared. Like the opportunity is not to the upside, and we've got like 450 points left on the upside. The downside is scary. All right, the downside. I mean, I'm not joking. Scary. This is the time to start preparing, booking profits, getting ready, getting your mindset. Like, what can I get? Where am I going to be wrong? Because it's not staying wrong in the market. It's I mean, it's not being wrong in the market; it's staying wrong in the market that costs you the big money. You know, like where am I going to be wrong when things turn? Like where am I going to bail? Where am I going to get out? And that's the things you need to start keeping in mind. Now, could we get a 10% pullback in here? Absolutely, absolutely. Could this all just like burn it down tomorrow? Absolutely. Now, the interesting thing, I was talking about crypto at the beginning there. The interesting thing here is that crypto is a risk on, risk off asset. All right. Is it flashing that we're about to see something in the market? Are people getting concerned about what we're doing right now? This is what I read when I see crypto flushing. It's not like, oh my gosh, crypto's burning down, blah blah blah. I see the sentiment, the risk on, risk off nature of crypto. Right? It's not the fundamental. It's not like you're gonna see news stories galore about why Bitcoin did XYZ. It's Mount Gox. It's the U.S. government. It's this, that, whatever. It's these whales, that whale. It's the whales, but it's the collective sentiment. All right. For some reason, people with enough money to push Bitcoin around have decided it's time to go a little bit more risk off. Now, the chart pattern here needed this flush. We've been working on this flush. We've been working on this pattern. And look at that. Look how beautiful that is. JT drew a target, and we're right in the middle of it. I don't even know. Sometimes I get lucky. Sometimes it's not magic. It's just these patterns I follow every single day. And so at this point, we can start removing a bunch of the stuff that we've had on here for weeks and months and forever. Seems like love it when a plan comes together. Anyway, so at this point, is this the consolidation we needed? Now, I said we would likely make a bottom into the summer. This is the summer. Is this the bottom? I don't know. Could we go lower? You betcha. Down here is where I thought we might actually end up. Down here. Now, is that going to suck? Probably. Probably, if we do it. Could we bounce here? Absolutely. That high, that low. The resistance to get above is now at 66,000. If we can get it, good. If we don't, now this is only, look, just like I talked about term market trading lab people. Like when we were in person, look. It's just like, where's the low? This is where's the high. This is the high that's interesting right now. That's 3. Well, that's a 3. I mean, it possibly could be a 1, 2, 3 acceleration, 4, 5 flush out. Possibly. It's not clean. Possible. But it's not resolved yet. Now, breaking above. This is the first sign that we're done. Breaking above that 618. Second sign we're done, which is all right in the same freaking vicinity. All right in the same area, right here. Right here, right in the same vicinity. Right there. Got to get through that. Then rocket ship time. SpaceX rocket ship. My horrible flame, horrible drawing here. We could go on up to the moon. But we'll see. We'll see. Got to finish the dip. Like, this is why I said yesterday, don't just buy the dip, all right? Circling back. The signs are cracking, all right? Start at the high time frame. This talks about the 200-day on S&P. We're hovering. We made a high back here. We made a lower high here. Head and shoulders type pattern. Then we're making like a baby ripple head and shoulders here. We break down below this. We can easily flush. This is a market oscillator. We haven't been to the bottom since back here in October of 22 when the market bottomed. All right, we didn't make a top until right here in March of this year, and then we made a second. Then we flushed it real quick, and then we came right back up, made a lower high in May, and now we're hanging right here at 65. Think about that. Only 65% of the S&P 500 stocks, 500 stocks, 65% of them are above their 200-day moving average. And I had a dramatic pause on purpose there. Now, zooming down to the 50-day moving average. Look at this. We're in the bottom. Only 45% of S&P 500 stocks are above their 50-day moving average. That's 55% are below their 50-day moving average. And we did this on Wednesday? What the fudge is going on here? It's getting narrower and narrower. You know when the last time we really did something like this was? We've talked about it. When was the last time we really did something in a big way that got this narrow in this big a way? Dun, 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 dun. It's about 100 years ago. About 100 years ago. Anybody remember what happened? Most of us weren't around back then. Anybody remember what happened about 100 years ago? Wasn't great. And then stocks above their 20-day hanging in the middle, getting tighter and tighter, watermelon seed squeeze style. Look at this, declining highs from all the way back here in November, declining, and stocks above their 20-day is down here at 45 also. Yeah, depression, what they called the Great Depression. That's the last time the stock market got this narrow in so few names. Is it a sign that we might do that again? Fortunately, I think history repeats itself in a similar manner. It won't be the same. It'll be an echo, right? It'll do a similar thing, but it'll be completely different and different reasons and different outcomes and different things. I mean, heck, I think like 90% of the S&P 500 companies didn't even exist back then, or 99% maybe. Most of the companies we have these years, the average company has only been listed since 2003, I think it is, in my statistics that I've been pulling. So, kind of crazy. So, ES, the market opened and to very little fanfare this morning. It's kind of interesting. Just kind of shrugged as it opened. Looking at the ES overnight. This did open at 6 p.m. yesterday, by the way. Opened up right here and just kind of sat in this range. There's the jobs report. A little pop, a little drop, just hanging. We are above the 15-minute. We get that nice strong rally on Wednesday, and we're just kind of hanging. In Q, we tagged the target this morning. Watch out. We start breaking down below the 15-minute. Why the 15-minute? Because it's smearing up the 5-minute. All right. I watch these all the time, so I know which time frame to pull up to talk about what I'm looking at. You know why I watch the 15-minute, because what I wanted to show to you was on the 15-minute chart. It wasn't on the hourly chart. It wasn't on the daily chart. All right. So I watch these all the time. That's how does JT always know which time frame to go to? Because I spend a lot of time preparing for this show. All right. And I watch these charts all day, every day. Do you have to? If you want to do what I'm doing, you might want to. But if you just want to make some money, you don't have to do that. All right. I've got things that simplify the whole process. RTY hanging out down here. Definitely keeping an eye on this. I mean, you could just keep coming back tomorrow, or Monday in this case, since tomorrow's Saturday. Monday, we'll be back here going through these charts again. Same bad time, same bad channel. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you set an alert in your phone just to remind you to tune in or to watch it later in the day, whatever it is you like to do. You don't have to watch me live. If you do watch me live, you can ask questions. If you want to watch me on a replay, that's cool too. All right? Give all the options. And remember, if anything I say is interesting, different, eye-opening, give me a like on the video. Give me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. And my button, there it goes. Now it kicked it twice. So anyway, I do appreciate the thumbs up. I appreciate the sharing, the caring, Oil is sitting right here at our breakout zone. This is, for those of you new to like Apollo, this is the zone we've been watching right here. Now, you can see when we actually pull the fib from the high to the low right here, it struggled to break through that zone. Now we're here, which is where the prior high was. Oh, there's one. Macy's sell. If we can break through, heading up to 90s. Let's go check out Macy's. Oh, look at that, right to the target. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And then, why that took up the whole dang screen. Weird. It was a dip, looked pretty bad, and then boom, right up to the target. Sometimes this thing gets lucky. Imagine that. It's just a pattern, that high probability pattern tends to work out. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, moving on. I'm going to turn that back off. Let's go back to what we're talking about. Gold. Now, look at this. We're breaking through. Breaking through. Tipping the odds. Like we're meeting a little bit of resistance right here. Meeting some resistance. Gonna have to clear that. Then we've got another layer right there. Then we got another layer right there. That's what happens when you chop around a bunch. You get some resistance built up. But this it just may very well go rocket ship style, like I was talking about on Bitcoin possibly doing. This may go up here in just a few days. Right around that 2,500 area. Well, 25 right here, but yeah. 25, 25.50. Somewhere in this zone up here. That's where I would expect it to go. If we can get a close above here and get rocking and rolling. Now you'd be like, well, JT, you got your fibs all weird, different. Yeah, there's here's the 618 area right here. Actually, right there. That close above that zone tips the odds. It's funny how it fits. That 618 fits right in between those two prior highs. This stuff happens all the time. 24.72 is the conservative target. This is the target I expect, just based on all the prior price action back here. Little outsized move, probably. And we don't usually talk about this, but look at this baby. This was hitting alerts this morning. Really nice. Look, we're already above that first level. Second level coming up right up here. Right there. We don't usually discuss silver on the morning show, but pushing into the 618. Get through it. Up through that prior high. Target right up here at 35. It's going to be beautiful. And it possibly could extend to 40. It's that wound up. It wound up for so many years. It could pop 40 very, very quickly. 34, 38, even 47 or 50. I mean, that would be really nice considering I have a position on a synthetic long for silver. Bitcoin, of course, popped down to the target area. No sign of support yet. I mean, these super small time frames, we're trying. Look, the 5-minute not through the roadmap line yet. Not yet. We got a little rejection off that low, and then this is not this right here is not a bullish reversal setup. All right, that's more like first move up, consolidation, third move up, resistance found, maybe gonna make a lower low. That's for those of you new here that just joined with my Apollo program. This is the market roadmap pattern that Apollo is based on, upside down right here. We get below this zone right here. You wonder how to work it short. And this is how you work it short. Right here, that zone. We get below that. right here, probably going down, lower low, probably around 53, right there on Bitcoin. And this is on the futures. Now on the cash index or cash spot market, similar deal. First move up, retrace, third move up, potentially get an extension. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's consistent with a third move. I want to check something real quickly. 1, 2. The proportions are definitely weird here. And definitely suspect on the proportions. So nothing's clear at all. We're just throwing out, like, if we break back below this zone right here, highly likely we're going right down here, 53, 2. Down here, right there. Highly likely. Then, it's not in this price action right here, not indicative of a bottom having been formed. Say all the words, JT. So be careful. We may not be done. I mean, see right here, this is not the same, but very similar looking price action. And instead of doing the consolidation down here, we did it up here. It's almost opposite. See these two right here? These are almost opposite the way they formed. See this consolidation up here? Looks a lot like this. See this consolidation here? Looks a lot like that. Those are both corrective patterns. That's that theory of alternation I talked about. Termite Trading Lab people. You remember me saying that maybe a couple times? Possibly. Maybe. That's the theory of alternation, all right? That where the corrections will alternate how they form. But those two, pretty much the same kind of corrective pattern. And you can almost expect another one of these right over here. Probably not done yet. Probably not done yet. That could even take us down to 50. I said yesterday we could go to 46 if you want to know the real numbers. All the numbers. Now, this is looking a little more constructive. I may actually go pick up a EETH or ETHU after we're done here. I may go pick up some of this. Right there. Highly dangerous. What options? Absolutely no options. This is a dangerous leverage thing. Be careful. Trading leverage. Be careful. All right. Now, most of the stuff, there's not many gainers today. Dollar, look at that, going right back for the roadmap line. I was concerned when we didn't break on through right there. Now we're flushing on down. We'll see. If this holds, still going higher. If we break below this prior low right here, this one failed, and we're going lower. Probably down to the mid-90s. SBIT. Wow. Yeah. Broke above. Could we go up here? Absolutely. Up here around 60. Absolutely. This can just right up there. Can it fail? Absolutely. Can it fail? Nothing clear. This is a leveraged short Bitcoin. And of course, I showed the leverage thing a second ago. Leverage short Bitcoin. Be careful. Andy, good to have you, man. Good to have you. Yeah, you're gonna have to watch some of the back stuff on. I've got a large catalog of prior predictions on where we're going. FNGU, look at that, pushing ridiculous levels. Bounce back off the 618, extending higher. Next one up, 623 up there. Well, more likely to come back down here, but we can still do that before we do that. This guy gonna come on up, roadmap line. If you wonder the basis of all this stuff, the roadmap line here, links in the description. $5. It's the basis of Apollo. It's the basis of everything. $5, easy button, links in the description. If you really want to get it, and if you're more of a DIYer, I've got videos in the catalog. I'd link it here, but you know, I don't know. It'll be like tomorrow before I can even put a link on it on this video. So links in the description. Click the more button. And MDWD. This is a pharmaceutical. Now, there's 4 things that don't follow my patterns typically. And this is one right here. Anything the FDA is involved in, and usually I say biotech. You know, that's the key one. But pharmaceuticals, medical tech, medical services, anything the FDA of the United States Food and Drug Administration has reach and whatever over. We see crazy patterns sometimes that don't follow the rules or the guidelines or whatever you want to say. Don't follow the patterns. So this right here may be a reversal off the bottom, but just the strictest sense that already played out, and I would expect another retrace right there. I wouldn't chase that one. Just saying. Flutter Entertainment. So back to what doesn't follow patterns. Biotech, medtech, FDA. 2, China stuff. All right, they have different accounting rules than companies here in the United States. So China stuff, especially suspect China stuff, be careful. They can just make up all the numbers, and their audit rules are different than here in the United States. So suddenly, all of a sudden, they can do crazy things, and I've gotten stuck in more than one. Luckin Coffee being my most recently one that got delisted and then relisted and delisted again and then relisted again. I mean, come on, that was a painful experience, and so China stuff I'm very leery of. Now, that's 2. Number 3, leverage stuff. Like leverage stuff, be careful. Leverage stuff, be careful. All right, be careful on leverage. So don't just go chasing leverage. All right. Even this, like that's leverage on crypto, which is just insane. Like, be careful playing leverage. All right, leverage stuff, highly dangerous. Now, number 4, that's 3. Number 4 is low price stuff. Low price stuff under $10, which right here, this is a double whammy. It's got 2 out of 4 going for it. It's a low price stuff under $10. Stuff under $10 doesn't always follow the patterns. So this is leverage and under $10. I would not try to apply my charting patterns to low price stuff that's leveraged. It just probably not going to work out for you. I mean, it could, but it's probably like the odds are stacked against you. So that's the 4 things that commonly. I mean, there's some other caveats like high dividend payers and real estate investment trusts and SPACs and, you know, IPOs, things like that, have special cases, but be careful. That's the long and the short of it. Be careful out there. Flutter Entertainment is still chopping, and I still expect it to, while we scraped the top, kind of the target zone, I expect it to flush on down. As long as we're below this zone, I need to grab the fib line and move it over here. Yeah, as long as we're below this zone, still stays the same place. Bias is slightly down. Right there. Tesla. Look at that, baby. We broke through the downtrend. Watch out for earnings right here. Coming up. This is so likely to get a big correction on earnings. So likely. But JT warned you when I got my Cybertruck. Gosh, that was a week ago. When I got my Cybertruck, I warned you that they were about to surprise on the number of vehicles that they've been delivering. That's what happened. Look at that move. I didn't do anything on it. I didn't go long because we were still so likely to do that. But there you go. That's what happens. We still have this major resistance. Major resistance. We filled that gap. I can take that off now. Still have this major resistance up here. Blew right through that one. Blew right on through. So we've got this one up here. Major resistance. Got to get through that 260 area to set the stage for the big target, 500. I think we'll go there eventually. Probably have some dips and some rips on the way. So there you go. Never quite got all the way to my 160 support. We dipped in there and then took off. Now, let's talk about it a second before we go too far here. Just based on this little move, 1, 2, 3. That is bullish. The way this has done this. The way this has done this is very bullish. Probably, here's the scary thing. Probably going to find that major, look where the 1618 is. Right here. Probably going to find some major resistance right there. If we get there before earnings, expect that. All right. All right. Expect that right there. So, whew. KOSS. Absolute ridiculous chart. That was the bubble pattern before. It's the bubble pattern again. Welcome to meme stock stuff. Meme stocks, that's a special case too. NVO. So some bad news. I said to watch out for bad news on GLP-1 drugs. Anybody see the bad news coming out for GLP-1 drugs? These have been absolute crushing it for years. Now we've gotten at ridiculous levels here on both NVO and LLY. There's some news that's not so great. For people that have renewed their prescription 4 times or more, you're 7 times more likely to develop the blindness that's associated with like diabetes. Now, is it causation or is it correlation? All right, if you're the diabetic and obese type person that's got to renew this like 4 more times, were you already predisposed to have that macular degeneration thing? Or is it being caused by GLP-1 drugs? Yeah. So, yeah. I don't know. And right now, it's just a little blip, too. It's not even much of a reaction on either one of these. Like, people are like, the news was like, it's an epic drop. That's not an epic drop. That's not an epic drop. So, yeah. There you go, helicopter gal. You got it. That's what I'm talking about. So, be careful. Cold, natural gas. That's ultra short and leveraged. That's anytime you see ultra, this word right here, ultra, that means leveraged. That's like ETF speak for leveraged. Be careful. Apply everything I say about leverage stuff applies. This is ultra short natural gas. Just go to the natural gas chart, and we're sitting on the roadmap line. That can be support. We could launch off. If we break down below this, we're heading down here, right back down in here. Simple as that. That's the long case. Break above here and rock on up. The short case, break down below here and head on down. I wouldn't bet either way right now. Neither way. And arm. At resistance, watch out. Watch out, watch out, watch out for a retrace. Could it push higher? Yeah, 183, 210. Could it retrace? Yeah, you betcha. Here was the entry. There was the targets. Now, although it did pop it up here, and really looking for that right there. But we came up at the initial target. So let's just. Oh, that was cool. That was not the thing I expected to do. So we came up. Oh, this is really the target I wanted to see hit right there, the 1272. We came up, we did the retrace, we held the breakout. So that's what we like when you look at this. See that zone right there where I drew the line? We held that breakout right there on the retest. Now, the high likelihood is for that to go up there. High likelihood is still lower probability than this pattern back here. So I'm not playing it. I'm just waiting. It's still basically an IPO situation too, and likely to go down here if not make a lower low. We did make a lower low here in the IPO price, but this price action since then is not bullish. That's 1, 2, 3, and we may run that out in the future here. Let's just zoom this out a little bit. That low, that high, that low. We could run it out here at 200 to 233, somewhere in this zone. Right up here. Maybe like, well, that looks bullish to me, not bearish. This is corrective price action. We don't know how high it went over here before it became an IPO. Now it's doing this. You could say, well, looks like it's bullish to me, but be careful. We don't have the chart before it did the IPO. Easily could have been pulling back. This be, or it could have been on a downtrend into the IPO, and this be a correction of that downtrend, and we could go further down. All right. IPOs are kind of like a big stock split situation, so be careful. The valuation could have been sky high, and this be cooking it on down. Just be careful. I should put that back on there and leave it for now. So watch out for that zone right there. That could be the high for now, and we could go all the way back down to the bottom on ARM. TSM. That 200 target still in play. DEO. Watch out. We break below that. Can come down to 80 pretty easily. EWY. South Korea. Popping out. 7150. Upside resistance. CLNG. It's at resistance. Watch out. Decliners. MSTR. Ho, 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 ho. I know some people were betting against me being right. Watch out. All right, we're not even that far away now. If this misses again, I think it's going to touch this time. Watch out. If we can touch, this sets up a nice potential. Look at that. That's not even far now. What is that? 30 bucks on something that moves hundreds of bucks? Come on, just touch. I'm going to put an alert there. Man. Please be careful. Please be careful. Request shows are on Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern. This is what's moving today. And I've already built the list. I'll go through the list, and then we'll probably wrap it up. Coin coming down right there. Looking pretty good. EETH. Lower low. Has a little lower to go before an echo of that move down. Right here. 50 would be where I might expect support. This is a trust that is going to get converted to a spot. Once that happens, probably on the 12th. I talked about that yesterday. HODL. And a lot of these are just Bitcoin. That's Bitcoin. That's leveraged Bitcoin. Expected it to hit right there. ARCB. Bitcoin. BTCO. Bitcoin. BITU. Leveraged Bitcoin. Broke down, making the lower low. Let's check that really quickly. That high, that low, that high. Yeah, coming down to support. GBTC in support. Connell. It may seem like magic to many of you that are new here, but these are the same patterns I built into Apollo. The same patterns I do every day in the markets. Connell. Oh wow, look, for a leveraged long, that hasn't really moved. Going back to coin, yeah, we haven't really gotten a flush out. I really want to see that hit the roadmap line. I'm buying that. I'm gonna buy the crap out of that if we do that. So Connell not really moving. Oh, there's some more. That's a sell. That's a sell. One of those was the hourly, and one of those was the Echo Trades one. Man, look at all those greens. Holy fudge. It does not win that often, okay? Like, that's 95% this week. That's stupid. Dang. Be careful. Be careful. It's going to go through a loser streak. Right, the average is 74%. Like, long-term average of that pattern. 74%. HDB coming back down. Watch for support right there. 60. IBIT. Another Bitcoin Trust. Making the lower low. How low can she go? I mean, you should just go to the underlying Bitcoin and chart it, but 31, possibly 28 on the extension. BitB, same situation. Just go off the high to the low. This 3-point tool. Offer a fib class if you're interested for new people that really want to understand what I'm doing. Right down here, into ES. More choppy garbage. That's a downtrend all day long. Probably going to flush out down here to 80 at least. NVDX, the decliners list was much bigger. NVDX leveraged, long on NVIDIA, dangerous. That's a 3-wave move right here. This little consolidation. I'm trying to figure out what tool to draw with this little consolidation here. This move up. Consolidation. What comes next? That. Why do I say that? Look right here. That move up. Retrace. Consolidation. And retrace. This is the bubble pattern. You've heard me talk about the bubble pattern. That's the bubble pattern right there. And the psychology of how it all works. NVIDIA, I don't care what anybody says, probably going to retrace pretty deeply, upwards of 60% at some point. And leverage stuff is going to get whacked with a capital K. ETHU, like I said, hunting for the bottom. How low couldn't she go? She can go on down lower. Definitely. SMLR. Med especially. That's one of the things right there. And that's just a sideways chop of nasty. BITO, yeah, definitely getting a little deeper. Definitely. Support down there at 1815. MSTY, a yield max option strategy on MicroStrategy. Talk about the dangerous thing to play. And they just, T-Rex applied for 2x leverage MicroStrategy long and short ETF last Friday, a week ago. It's going to be the absolute craziest ETF out there, I think. PDD, sitting on the roadmap line. Beautiful. Retrace. That's probably reacting slightly negative on news that somebody said not to use Temu because it's a big spyware thing, whatever. If you didn't know, this is Temu. This is, when you see the ads for Temu, you're like, what the fudge is Temu? T-E-M-U, that China crap. Watch out. Resistance to break out from right here. CPX. Oh, that one stopped out. There's a loss right there. That's a loser. I think I was in that one. There's a loser. One loss. That's crazy. Crazy. Anyway, moving on. All right, that's the end of the list. Now, some announcements before you all disappear. For those of you brand new to Apollo, there's a session at 4 p.m. today, Eastern Time, a training session. It will be kicked out on email and SMS and posted in Discord, posted in Telegram, all the different ways. You'll find the link later on. Do have a sale if you're new and you're wondering what this whole Apollo thing is. I'm going to go through it one more time for everybody here today. at 1 p.m. 1 p.m. Eastern. Right here is the link. If you want to come see me, there you go. All right, I'm going to wrap this up. Make sure you give me a like, a thumbs up, whatever. If you enjoyed the video today, if you learned something new. My bias for the day, we usually wrap this up with a bias for the day. Well, at this point, cautiously higher. 55.72 right here. Cautiously higher. We can still bamming and jamming higher. 6,000 still up there. Way up there. Probably get a resistance. Probably get a little flash back in here. And then go higher again. So I keep warning, like, we don't have to crack yet. We don't have to crack yet. And I'll see you later, everybody. Be careful out there. Same bad time, same bad channel. Monday morning. We'll be back at it. Have a great one.